Hello, this is Freddie from the Franchise Tag Podcast. Day 3 of Radio Row here in New Orleans, in the Convention Center, Super Bowl 59, just around the corner. I have Jerad Bacher with me here, the President and CEO of Visit Pittsburgh. So though we are in New Orleans and talking about the Super Bowl, we're going to focus on one of my favorite topics, Pittsburgh, obviously. Being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I've got my terrible towel just here to remind me of that fact. Firstly, how's the week been for you so far? We've still got a few days to go, haven't we? So
yeah, it's been good. This is set for Pittsburgh anyway. We're hosting the draft in 2026. Right now it's all about building anticipation, building excitement, and that's exactly what's happening. Obviously, we're here. We're at the Super Bowl, so everybody's excited about the Chiefs and the Eagles. And then, of course, Green Bay is going to be in a couple of months for the NFL Draft 2025, right next to them here in the Exhibition Center. So it's all about talking about Pittsburgh and looking forward to 2026. And we have to say, Pittsburgh, people are excited about coming to Pittsburgh.
Well, the last draft was 1948 before it became the big, whistles and bells that it is now. Obviously, it's such an event in the calendar now, and obviously with the growth of the college game being what it is, it's almost, it's getting more eyes. Every time you see the viewership for the last draft, you're like, wow, and it continues to do so. So, in 2026, all eyes are going to be on Pittsburgh. I can imagine there's a lot to plan, a lot to do. I take the preparations have started already, obviously.
They have. Where Pittsburgh geographically sits in the U.S., we're about a half day's drive from 11 other NFL markets and 35 NCAA Division I colleges and universities. So the football fandom within that drive market is huge. So we're expecting, Detroit reported a little over 700,000 visitors over that weekend when they hosted it in 24. We feel like because we're even more centralized that we can hit that number, maybe even go above it. So our job as a city is to make sure that the draft experience on the ground is as amazing as it can possibly be for everyone. When you have hundreds of thousands of people coming into a city over a small period of time, like 3 or 4 days, that's a lot of people. So we have to make sure that the city's ready for that. Pittsburgh is one of those cities that's built for those kind of events. Yeah. You can park your car, you can walk around the city. There's plenty of restaurants and bars, and, distilleries and breweries and so forth. So hotels are there, the stadiums are there. So it's a really exciting time for people to get out and just walk everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It might be, the first time for a lot of even Americans, let alone the international market, to go to Pittsburgh and to see Pittsburgh in all its glory. And someone who's been there on a couple of occasions. It's a wonderful city, blue collar people, hardworking people, rich in history as well. Obviously, the stadium being right on the bank of the water, it's really picturesque. It's not just a amount of people with the safety thing of it. We don't need, we're not going to talk X's and O's in terms of revenue figures, but like the revenue that's going to be coming into Pittsburgh, surely it's going to be that transformation from the city. Someone who, my city, I'm from Leicester in the Midlands in the UK. It sort of had a similar thing where the city became a lot more attractive and money was getting, there was a real buzz about it, and I can imagine that's what Pittsburgh's feeling is going to have as well.
For sure. So the economic benefit is tremendous. It's hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's important. It supports our community, it supports our businesses, our residents and so forth. But that building a brand, Pittsburgh, through these kind of events is absolutely critical. We've had a lot of media attention ever since the announcement was made last year. We continue to see that even today. We expect that to move into the future. So this is our chance to tell Pittsburgh's story in a really big way. The audiences that we're able to attract just around football is tremendous. But it does tell about the story of the evolution of Pittsburgh. When we talk, one of our pitch to the NFL was that the evolution of Pittsburgh goes hand in hand with the evolution of football, and especially the Steelers. Like, we grew up together.
Yeah.
So having that ability to tell that story of this American Renaissance city and one of the best football franchises. Obviously, we're partial to the Steelers, but one of the most amazing football franchises in the league, both in Pittsburgh. It's such an incredible story. And funny enough, we had a delegation just last week from Sheffield, which we understand is the Steel City of the UK. Talking about exactly that. Everything that's going on in Sheffield is very similar to what Pittsburgh's gone through. We've gone through the industrial age, where we're now much more of a tech-based Southeast economy. Healthcare is big in our area, so we have evolved economically in such an amazing way, and football has been there the entire time.
My brother went to university or college in Sheffield, so it's a place where I'm very. I know a lot about it, and I've been there loads of times. It's very, very simple. It is very hard, the industry and the change in the city as well. And when you talk about restaurants, bars, and breweries, that's very similar to Sheffield. It's got a lot of that cool stuff as well. And Pennsylvania as a state is just gorgeous with its foliage and forests, and it's the same with Sheffield. It sits right in the heart of the districts, and it's mountain. Bus and within 10 minutes you're in the mountains. It's so beautiful. Before we came on camera, you said you're from Kansas City originally. But do you believe black and yellow now, or is it still an affinity for Kansas?
It's part of the contract that I have representing Pittsburgh. You have to believe black and gold.
Yes.
But it's not hard to do. I mean, we have an amazing football team. We've got an amazing hockey team. We've got a great baseball team. Our baseball experience, when you go watch a Pirates game at PNC Park in downtown, you've seen the stadium. It looks onto downtown. It's such an incredible ballpark experience. So everyone bleeds black and gold.
I've never been to baseball.
Really?
Yeah, they started doing them in London now as well. They do a game there, so maybe it's something I have to try and check.
Absolutely. And there's some iconic ballparks, as you know, in the States. Pittsburgh is one, but there's a lot of around the U.S. There's a lot of them, and also Canada, to be fair. A lot of amazing baseball experiences.
I've been to Fenway Park.
Okay.
Some years ago, and it was fantastic. And I remember I went to the bar, and it was like a garage door, but it was fenced, so you could see through it, and it was literally on the field, and it was such an unreal experience. And it was like 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon, nothing was going on, but it was so real to see how amazing it was. And I was in Chicago this summer, and obviously seeing Wrigley Field, how iconic a place that is as well. It's so incredible. I'd be remiss not talk a little bit about football, because we are here at Super Bowl 59 on Radio Row. It's going to be a hot matchup. We had opening night on Monday night, see Superdome. Were you there for that?
I was. I got here yesterday, so I missed that.
Oh, well, the stadium is looking hot. It's looking really good. Think it's going to be a close scoreline? Is it going to be a Super Bowl for the ages? I mean, it could be a Chief Pete, as I say, in a three-peat,
Yeah. Yes, I think everybody's expecting it to be a really close game. Both the Eagles and the Chiefs earned their place in that game, so I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be exciting. I think everybody's going to be excited. As we were saying, I was born in Kansas, so we grew up as a Chiefs family. But we're PA now, so our Philly Eagles are there. So I'm torn between the two. Could be a three-peat. That's one for the record. So you kind of hope for that. There's the Taylor Swift effect, so who knows what's going to happen with that. So an entertainer.
An entertainer.
Yeah.
Indeed. I mean, scoreline? Have you guys got one you've been riding with? I've riding with 27.
I think that's fair. I think it's going to be within a field goal.
Yeah,
I think so. But I don't know who's going to be on it. I haven't came up with that prediction. I think you're confident. Or at least
I'm not that. I give an air of confidence, but really inside I have no idea. Jared, thank you very much for chatting to us. I'm sure Pittsburgh is going to be a fantastic host. Obviously, as a Steelers fan, this is the newsletter allows me to talk to someone about Pittsburgh and know about the city in detail. It's only a touching distance away from us in the UK, but learning about our teams, we have very tenuous links to our teams a lot of the time. I support Steelers because I fell in love with Troy and and that was like my gateway into it. So anytime I can talk Pittsburgh is time, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, come and see us. We are really excited for the draft, but come anytime. It's exciting.
It's fantastic work. Well, good luck for 2026. Good luck to the Steelers for next season, if we figure it all out.
Let's go.
Thank you very much. This is Freddie on Radio Row for Day 3. Plenty more content for the rest of the week. Make sure you catch us on our social media and our YouTube channel. Brilliant.
All right.
Cheers, man. Yeah, thank you very much